She hates Ghost more than Summer Walker hates showering, fam. She hates Ghost more than Puff Daddy hates dating women his own age. She hates him a lot. Welcome to Agents of Screen and welcome back to yet another Power Recap. Season 6, Episode 12. I am your boy Miles, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to you as well. You know what to do. Like, share and subscribe. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the episode. Off the bat, is Ghost dead? Ghost can't be dead, bruv. Ghost can't be dead. Ghost can't be dead, bruv. He can't be. They keep on showing it on the news. He's dead. He can't be. He can't be. But trolling aside, I don't believe that he's dead for a single second. There's no way. It's impossible, as we will get to later on in the episode. But this is Paz's episode. It's titled He Always Wins. But quickly before we start, like the format for these episodes, the first episode was Dre's episode, this episode was Paz's episode, and it seems that's the format they're gonna follow. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, to be honest, because it seems like it'll be very easy to decipher who didn't kill Ghost based on their format. So the first episode was Dre's episode, and we found out by the end he didn't kill Ghost. This is Paz's episode, so I assumed before I even watched this, she didn't kill Ghost. So the next episode is Tommy's episode, so I'm guessing he didn't kill Ghost either. So that leaves two more candidates, which is Tasha and Tariq, which I think they're gonna reveal in the finale who actually done it. My money's still on someone who isn't a suspect currently. He may even have faked his death with the Democratic Party, but we will get into that later. So yes, so the episode opens up with Paz in the hospital. She's looking around, she's calling for Angie. Angie, where are you? But so I can really tell it's a dream sequence, but she's moving around. No one's in the hospital. It's empty. Eventually, Ghost comes to her and he's all bloody on his front. His neck is slit and she just starts going ham on him, beating his chest, punching him. Eventually works herself in enough of a frenzy that she wakes herself up from this nightmare. Ghost is tormenting her dreams. Why does she hate Ghost so much? Oh, because she believes that he kills Angie, but she knows that he didn't kill Angie, but yet she still seems incensed, frenzied. She hates Ghost so much. She hates Ghost more than Summer Walker hates showering, fam. She hates Ghost more than Donald Trump hates Iranians. She hates Ghost more than Sean Dyche hates black players. She hates Ghost more than Pikachu hates being in a Pokeball. She hates Ghost more than Sharapova hates Serena Williams. She hates Ghost more than Puff Daddy hates dating women his own age. She hates him a lot. But as I said, she wakes up from this nightmare sequence in her bedroom. You know, she's in a frenzy. She wakes up and it comes to find that she not only has a son, but she has a father to take care of. He's senile, he can't really remember her. When he sees her, he calls her Angie or Angelita. And what was quite telling in this scene is that he forgets Paz's name, but from what's going on the TV, he remembers Jamie St. Patrick. That must hurt her. Given how much she hates Ghost, for Papi to remember Ghost's name and not hers must hurt her in her heart. But you know, Papi is definitely racist. I know they were showing subtitles at the bottom of the screen, but I know there was a few words that they missed out. I heard him say negrito, so I know, boy, Papi don't like niggas, boy. He must be related to Luis Suarez somehow. But they set the scene for us. They need money to take care of Papi. Paz's son needs money to go to school. He's an entitled prick as well, but we will get to that later. But for this whole episode, they should have renamed this episode like Dora the Explorer, because that's what Paz is going to be doing. She's just going to be going from office to house, to back to house, to see someone else, to come back. Paz the Explorer, trust me. Away from Paz though, US Attorney Jacob Warner is haggling John Mark to try and get some type of additional info of both AUS Valdez and James St. Patrick, trying to round up this case, because you have to remember this is prior to Ghost getting shot. Paz on the other hand is taking matters into her own hands. She goes to visit Tasha, have no idea how she knows where she lives. She goes to her to try and convince her to do something, anything, to try and bring Ghost in, because she's desperate at this point. But one point I need to make, like, look how all of their lives have fallen apart without Ghost in it. If they just played Happy Family, Tasha would have been fine, money would have been there, Angie would have been there. But look what's happened. Now everyone's crying and screaming like some Japanese blue movie. Do not ask how I know about that. But despite Paz's pleading, Tasha lets her know, listen, there's nothing I can do. If I could do something, I would. And even still, Ghost is unstoppable. He always wins. He's like Thanos. You just can't beat him. Paz leaves in a fluster. She goes home, goes straight to her room, closes the door, shoebox under the bed, gets the shoebox, open the shoebox. She's got a pistol. She's got the golden pistol, just like GoldenEye. She puts the pistol in her purse and she's riding out for Ghost. Fast forward, she's on the street. She's stalking Ghost. She's looking at him. She can see him from across the street. She gets out, pulls out the GoldenEye gun, and she's about to shoot him from across the street like she's 007. I don't know how she would have made that shot anyway. How she would have made that shot. She ain't Jason Bourne. She's gonna make a shot from like 30 yards with no shooting experience. Come on. But anyways, an ambulance coincidentally passes at the same time, kind of brings her to her senses. She's like, whatever, gets back into the car. And that's done. Just like I said, Paz's Dora the Explorer. She's off to see Sax, who, as far as she's aware, still works in the department. But when she gets there, she's met by US Attorney Jacob Warner. He lets her know, like, listen, Sax doesn't work here no more. Sax is a piece of shit. Sax looks like if he was to put on the sorting hat, he'd be in Slytherin House 100%. But US Attorney Jacob Warner says to her, Sax botched the case, which leads her to go to Sax's house. And again, she's crying and screaming, oh, you promised you would have arrested Jamie. You promised. He lets her know, listen, I tried everything that I could, but it couldn't be done. Just like I said, Ghost is inevitable, just like Thanos. He's not dead. He is not dead. Don't let these men trick you. He is not dead. But Sax lets her know Angie is not the Angelita you think she is. Like that Spanish there, yeah? Angelita. She's not the Angelita you think. She's not the Angelita you think she is. She was also an accomplice. She was helping Jamie run his drug empire. And also, Ghost did not kill Angie. Like, get over it, man. Just leave her. Live your life. Go and find a man. So downtrodden even more, she returns home. And she's only reminded of her problems. Junior needs money for school. He's like, Mom, where is my money for school? And he's saying like, Mom, you're just gonna let Angie do this to us? Are you just gonna let me not go to school? Who's gonna take care of Poppy? She should have used the GoldenEye gun and shot Junior. That's what she should have done. Forget Ghost. Shoot this guy, ungrateful swine. The bills are piling up, so she needs to do something. But because she's feeling all of this pressure, she returns to US Attorney's office. Last resort with some evidence that she remembers. She put the cell phone in Angie's casket and they go to dig her up. They find the cell phone in there. They're thinking, yes, finally some type of evidence to get Ghost. She'll do anything to get Ghost, include digging up her dead sister. So the FBI assists her. But unfortunately, when they do the forensics on the phone, the SIM card is broken, and even the messages that were saved on the phone itself, there is nothing incriminating. It's just yes, no, meet me here, okay. So she basically incriminated her sister for nothing, which further tarnishes her name in the federal eyes and decreases her chances of getting any type of money from the government, like the pension, etc. As I said, Paz is willing to do anything. So as a result of the phone being a dud, she agrees to wear a wire and then go to visit Ghost in hope that he will incriminate himself somehow, that they can build enough to build a RICO against him and finally put him behind bars. In her mind, justice, even though she knows that Ghost didn't kill Angie, but you know, just the hate in her heart that I spoke about in the beginning refuses her from seeing this. But Ghost is far too slick for her. He isn't giving up anything of any major details. He might have slipped up once saying that she prevented him and his family from going to jail, but really and truly, that's not enough. But this scene was good to show, because I remember when the scenes were happening in real time, we were thinking like, why is Paz going to see Ghost in the club? So now it makes sense that she was going to try and incriminate him from wearing a wire. While all of this is happening, Paz is getting calls from Tasha and Junior. She missed those because her phone is still with the US Attorney. She goes home first. Everything's getting worse. Poppy has collapsed. Junior's on his last hinges. He's saying like, listen, if you don't something, I will. Forget all this justice stuff. Sometimes you have to fight violence with violence. Paz is off exploring again, and now she meets up with Blanca, who tells her basically the investigation against Ghost is over. There's not enough evidence to build a case against him. The judge is saying you're wasting his time, so that avenue is cut off and dead. Paz goes back to Tasha again, and Pasha tells Paz that Ghost is seeing a new woman, who is Ramona, of course, and she can't believe it. Like, just in the club you were saying how much you love my sister, you would trade your life for hers, and now you got a new bae. Just let Ghost live. Just let Ghost live. Why can't he have a new woman? They don't know that Angelita came to Ghost as a ghost and told him, you have to move on, Jamie. You have to move on, Jamie. So it was Angela herself who came to him as a poltergeist and told him, move on. Now you're disagreeing with your sister. Allow it, Paz. Let Ghost live, man. And this news pushes Paz over the edge. She goes to Tommy's house. Again, I have no idea how she knows where Tommy lives. She's banging on the door, she's begging. Instead, you need to do me a favor. You need to kill Ghost for me. I can't do it. You need to do it. I know what you do, and you need to kill the guy who killed Angela. She doesn't know that it was Tommy that shot Angela, but he's there. He's telling her, listen, you need to get the hell out of here. And one thing about the scene, Paz offers him money. She was short on money for Papi. She was short on money to send her son to school, but all of a sudden she got money to give to Tommy. Yeah, alright. Tommy pushes her out of the apartment and says, yeah, get lost. She's banging on the door. Please, 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 please. She goes home. She's in the bed, still crying and screaming like a Japanese blue movie. She's crying in her darkened room. Junior is listening outside the door, and you can see he's got some intent in his eyes. Paz falls asleep. She cries herself to sleep. Oh, so sad. Oh. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. She cries herself to sleep, and when she wakes up, guess what? The gun is gone. We can only assume, based on Junior saying, yeah, sometimes you have to fight violence with violence. He's taken a GoldenEye pistol and he's gone to hunt down ghosts. Also in the US Attorney's Office, a delegate from the Democratic Party tells them, listen, all that madness that you're trying to do behind the scenes to implicate my candidate, you need to allow that because it will not work out for you. Fast forward back to Paz. She managed to conveniently intercept Junior before he goes into Truth, bucks him on the street, said, listen, you need to give me the gun. Like, I've already lost Angie, I will not lose you too. Paz finds her way into Truth for the big night, the club night. Doesn't Truth have any security guards? How's everyone just walking around in the back entrance, side entrance, front entrance, and ain't got no guest list? Where's the security? I've never seen a single solitary security guard in Truth in the 6 years I've been watching Power. Could be more, I could be lying, but you understand my point though. Paz goes to the bathroom and there she meets Ramona, who in her head has taken her sister's place. Now she has the self-control to try and walk past her, but Ramona initiates conversation and she thanks Paz because she overheard the conversation between Ghost and Paz in the club, and she thanks her for having that conversation because she saw a side to Ghost that she always wanted to see, basically. But Paz was like, you know, he's just feeding you lies like he does all women. He only cares about himself. But Ramona is not having it. She's defending her babe. Paz is saying, oh, we're gonna stop him, the police, and Ramona just cuts all that nonsense short. He said, look, listen, get this through your thick Puerto Rican skull. There's some people you just can't stop. I was like, yes, Ramona, talk to that woman. Don't let him bad talk your bae. Defend your bae. I like that. I rate that. I rate that. Don't let them talk about him anyhow. Pad has heard enough. She goes back downstairs. Truth is packed and she's stalking Ghost in the crowd. You know, she's looking for an opportunity to get him. He's, you know, parlaying with the crowd, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing all that political stuff. She lost him for like a split second, sees him again, line of sight. She's got the burner, GoldenEye pistol in her purse. She draws it out. When she does, she starts having all these flashbacks about, you know, everything that's happened and everything people have said about Angie, that she's not innocent herself and everything Ghost has done. But eventually, I don't know if you want to call it come to her senses, but the frenzy that she was in dies down and she leaves the club. So we know now, just like I said at the beginning of the episode, she didn't kill Ghost, so who is it? She leaves the club and goes to visit her father, who is still in hospital after collapsing earlier in the episode. They have a nice, sweet moment, find out some more background, why her name is Paz. He finally remembers her. It was quite a sweet moment. Paz returns home, and when she wakes up in the morning, quickly, when she was waking up, on the TV there was like some commercial for some turkey. That turkey looked absolutely disgusting. I don't know what that was. That wasn't turkey. That was like some kind of alligator meat or some guinea pig meat, or I don't know what that was. But if someone gave you that in a sandwich, you definitely have to stab them. After the ad, news bulletin comes on the screen. It says James St. Patrick has been shot and slain. They're trying to play with me. Ghost, there's no way Ghost could be dead. There's no way he could be dead. Anyways, after what happens with Ghost, the delegate from the Democratic Party comes to the US Attorney's office and he says, listen, after your shenanigans, you're gonna get fired. Just wait on that phone call. The phone rings, we don't know what happens, but we have to assume, oh yeah, because obviously they took the nameplate off the door, so you got fired. And Paz goes back to the office to see Blanca to try and put her sister finally to rest back in the ground. And while they're doing that, she gets a phone call. From who? We're now gonna find out. It's from a solicitor, attorney, whatever you wanna call it, whoever handles the wills. Now, it was a nice little cameo. I don't know if you guys recognize the guy who played the lawyer that is sorting out the wills. This actor was in The Cosby Show. He played the husband of the eldest daughter in The Cosby Show. For all you old school people, I'll put a picture up over my face right now so you know who I'm talking about. But while she's there waiting to be seen, Tommy's mother is up there and you can overhear a bit of the conversation. It's a bit unclear what she's talking about exactly. However, she's saying things like, oh, I would have never expected this. I can't wait to tell my other son. So it kind of leads you to believe either Tommy is dead, and why would she be in a well place? Could it be that because she's dead, Tommy's money now goes to her? Boy, who knows? But Paz is saying to the attorney, like, listen, I don't want to hear about Angie's money. I don't want any of Jamie's money. But he says, listen, this money isn't for Angie, this money is for you. He came and changed the will like a couple of weeks before, but even still, she's still very reluctant and hesitant, even though the medical bills and the school fees are mounting up. You got Junior in her ears talking all that Puerto Rican nonsense. However, she refuses. On her way out, she bumps into Tasha. Tasha comes to learn that Angie was in Ghost's will, but she does not know that Ghost changed it to Paz, and Paz tells her she's refusing the money, but Tasha is telling her, listen, you have to take it. I want you to take it. Angie wanted you to take it. Furthermore, Ghost did not kill Angie. As much as you would want to believe it and you want him to be the demon, the target of all your pain and suffering, he is not it. And he said, what do you mean? And she confesses to Paz that Tommy was the one that killed Angie, and she's trying to process all of this information. And before that, actually, she asks Tasha, are you the one that killed Ghost? Are you? Did you do it? But she gives some type of inconclusive expression, so we don't know for sure. But it leads us to believe that she knows something, even if she wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. But as Paz is literally trembling, trying to process all this information, she eventually exits, and her son asks her, Mommy, am I gonna go back to school? And she's like, yes, you're gonna go back to school. So long story short, she took the money. Now that she knows that Tommy was the one that pulled the trigger, she goes back to Tommy's house. She's banging on the door. She's got the golden gun pistol. She's got the golden eye pistol ready to pop off his head. But all that banging, she realizes that the door is ajar. The door opens, or she opens the door rather. She goes inside. Furniture is gone. The place is completely empty. She's looking around. She can't see not a single sign of anyone living there. She's in the middle of the apartment by herself, just like Will Smith in the final episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Another old school reference for you guys. And then she starts screaming like Superman in Man of Steel. I say, Tommy! And that's how the episode ends. In the preview for next week, it seemed like it's gonna be Tommy's episode. What's gonna happen? Are you guys a fan of the format that they're using so far? And to be honest, I didn't really care about Paz. I still don't. But it was a good episode. I think a lot of stuff happened, you know, behind the scenes. But I don't care for Paz at all. But regardless of that, I think it was a good episode. So that has been my recap for Power Season 6, Episode 12. He always wins. And Ghost, my G, I remember you. We will never forget you. You're not dead. The real ones know you're alive. There's 3 episodes left. I just want to know who shot Ghost. At this point, I just want to get to the point. But while we're here, before we conclude the episode, who do you think shot Ghost? Put your neck out on the line. Let me know who you think shot Ghost. But I have been your boy Miles. We have been the Asians with Screen, and until the next episode coming very soon, peace.